Ladies and gentlemen, the Richland Academy of the Arts is proud to honor this outstanding teacher, artist, person, and friend for his significant lifelong contribution to the wonderful world of instrumental music. That's Percy Hall. Ann Miller has put together a wonderful videotape with our honoree.
Percy Hall can claim that his work has been his avocation as well as his vocation. Quite simply, music is his life.
I enjoy young people and I enjoy music. When I went to high school in Maryland, we had no band, orchestra, or choir. I'm grateful to my parents who gave us lessons on instruments. I had two brothers, and we enjoyed playing together so much that I thought that it would be, it just appealed to me that if I would put the two things that I enjoyed the most together, young people and music, that would be what I should do.
He came to Mansfield in 1952 to lead the band and choir at Madison High School.
And salaries in Ohio were higher than they were in Pennsylvania, so we thought we would go to Ohio, but salaries were here. In 1951, I think the base salary at Madison was $2,700 a year. I got a little more because I was the band director and I worked through the summer. I think I started at $3,200 a year. But of course, when I told my father that, he was a preacher, and he told me how when he first started that he got $700 a year.
Percy moved across town to Mansfield Senior High in 1958, where he stayed until his retirement last year.
I perhaps enjoyed the orchestra and the concert band performing inside more than performing outside, because there is more control on how you perform inside, but I think that the marching band goes along with the job, and the enthusiasm that you're able to establish, or that's not the right word, within the people carries over into the music from inside. Perhaps what I enjoy the most would be the small ensembles. We participated very heavily in that, and I think a young person or anyone learns a lot more about music playing in a trio or a quartet.
He helped build the Tiger Band and Orchestra into one of the finest music departments in the state.
None of the schools in this area ever went to the band or orchestra contests. When I took the job at Mansfield Senior High School, and we had an orchestra to deal with, that was a wonderful opportunity, and I took them to the state contest in 1960, I guess, was the first large group contest that I'd ever gone to. I really just went for the experience. I didn't expect to get a good rating, and here we got straight 1 ratings.
Percy was only the 3rd music director in Mansfield City School history.
Mansfield High School was the 2nd Ohio high school band ever organized. I'm not sure where the first one was, but in the reports I've read, Mansfield was the 2nd one ever organized. J. Merton Holcomb was the band director in this school system for about 30 years, then Ted Tadgenhorst for 8 years, and I was here for 35 years. So it's unusual that a school system would have just 3 band directors in that entire length of time.
Happily, he was able to share a music career with his wife, Nancy, a professional organist and private music teacher.
She has had one job longer than I had. She's been the organist for 42 years at Linden Road Presbyterian Church. And we have 5 children, and they were all involved in music. They all play strings and brass instruments. They started on strings, and then I think it's easier to come to some terms with success on a brass instrument than a woodwind instrument, so they took brass instruments as their second instrument.
Percy's involvement with music certainly did not stop with retirement. He now teaches music courses at Ashland University, among other things.
I'm playing in the symphony as principal percussion. I play in a brass quintet, Mid-Ohio Brass Quintet. I have my own dance orchestra. We play a couple times a month, perhaps. I play perhaps more in Columbus than I do in Mansfield.
Many people know Percy the teacher or Percy the conductor, but he also can be called Percy the composer and arranger.
I think perhaps arranging and writing music that suits the abilities and the needs of the students, and seeing how it improves their enjoyment of music and their successes.
Percy not only taught music for 41 years, he instilled a love of it into many of his students.
My goal has never been to inspire anyone to go into it for a profession, but to enjoy it, to make their life experiences a little bit broader and more enjoyable. If you're going to go into music professionally, you have to understand that if you're going to be a teacher, it doesn't pay much. And if you're going to be a performer, the competition is so great that you might have a difficult time. I can probably name the performers that I have had on two hands through the 40 years, and I couldn't begin to name, though, the number of people whose lives have been made more beautiful because of their experience in music. I hope all of them.